Sharkie Gamer here. So today we're going to take a look at a very unusual Japanese controller. So yesterday I showed the Famicom version of the Pachinko controller, and in today's video we're going to take a look at the PC version of the Pachinko controller. So this is the front of the box just here. So you can tell it's pretty colourful. There's some Japanese writing up the top there. A little bit of the game kind of background there. CD-ROM, because it actually includes both the game as well as the controller. And you can see a picture of the controller there, and as you can see it looks almost identical to the Famicom version. Now there's some system logos there, PC Engine, HE System, and of course CD-ROM for the PC Engine. So turning onto the side of the box, it's got a little bit of artwork there as well as the name of the game. The bottom, the other side, and the top. And then going on to the back of the box, you've got a little bit of information about the game, and it shows some screenshots. Now this game for PC Engine does look a little bit better than the Famicom version graphically. The graphics quality is a little bit better, and you can tell straight away by looking at those screenshots. So that is the back of the box. So let's now go ahead and open this up and take a look at the contents. Okay, so first up, it does come with the game like I mentioned before. So this is the game, back of the case, comes on CD-ROM for the PC Engine. Now taking a look at this Pachinko controller. So first up, it's got a fairly short cable, not a long cable at all. That's of course the connection that you can plug into your PC Engine. Now, first glance looking at this controller, it does look very unusual. It sort of looks like a gamepad, but it looks a little bit different. It's got a very different kind of odd, bulky shape to it. Now on the back here, it's got the model number, and it says 1991 made in Japan, and it also says coconuts there. Now if you have watched the video I did yesterday about the Famicom version of this controller, you'll notice that the actual Famicom version says it's made by Coconuts Japan. Now this one also says Coconuts, so it seems like it's made by the same company, but on the front here it's also got the HE System logo. So it's based on the same sort of design, and it's probably made by Coconuts, but HE System kind of adapted it for the PC Engine. So it's essentially the same sort of controller as the Famicom version, it's just a slightly different color. So the Famicom version was sort of like a beige with kind of red, while this one's a more white color with yellow. So essentially exactly the same, just a kind of different color scheme for a different system. Now going in for a closer look here, try to get some better focus. You've got the same sort of buttons you would have in a gamepad. So up the top here you've got a D-pad. Going down you've got the select and run. And over here you've got the 1 and 2 buttons. So essentially this part of it is exactly like a gamepad. The only difference is this little grip twist here, twisted grip. So you can actually twist this all the way around. And now this is specialized to a Pachinko controller, because you need this kind of twist grip to play a Pachinko game. Now to understand this, you need to understand what a Pachinko is. So if you haven't watched the Famicom video I did yesterday, you probably won't know what Pachinko is, so I'll just go quickly and show you what it is. So this is a picture of a Pachinko machine from an arcade in Japan. Now Pachinko is basically like an upright pinball machine without flippers, and it's essentially a way for Japanese people to gamble. It's sort of just equivalent to like a slot machine, I would say. So how does a Pachinko machine work? Well, first up you've got this big area here that looks exactly like a pinball machine, just upright. You've got the center bit here, and the object of the game is to get these balls that are just down here into this little center bit here, which changes the numbers in the center and gives you jackpots. The more jackpots you get, the more balls the machine pays out. And then you can take those balls and exchange them for tokens, prizes, and sometimes even exchange the tokens and prizes for cash. So it depends what kind of arcade it is, and if there's a building next door you can exchange for cash, etc. How you actually control it, you use this kind of twist grip knob. and it's just like this thing. It's got the kind of position 0, which is like this, which is nothing. Then it goes all the way over to the other side, alright, and then it's got a center position. Now the idea of doing this is if you push it too far, the balls will come out of this side and shoot up really fast and go straight into the exit chute, which is down the bottom. If you do it too much, it'll go up here and it won't be enough to actually shoot it out of the actual entry chute, and it'll sort of just won't be enough to go actually down into the machine itself. So you have to actually get a nice center position, so not too soft, not too hard, nice center position, and hold it there so the balls kind of come out of that chute, go down along these kind of pins here and into this center bit just down there, and that way you can get the jackpots and get more balls paid out. So Pachinko is basically a very simplistic game. There's not too much to it. It's just getting the right position of this and then getting the balls to go into that center position. Some machines have other little places you've got to get the balls into. It just depends on the machine. So that is Pachinko. So hopefully those of you who didn't understand what Pachinko was now understand what Pachinko is. So Pachinko is basically a gambling game, and you just kind of hold this in the center so the balls kind of go at a nice steady pace and go into the slots that you need them to go into, and that way the machine pays out. And the same thing translates to this game on the PC Engine, except the only difference is the game obviously on PC Engine doesn't pay out any balls, so you don't actually get any prizes, you just kind of get a high score. So the way it translates to PC Engine, same sort of thing, you connect it up and you play the different games. And there are other Pachinko games you can get, this is not the only game you can get. And you play the Pachinko games, they have different kind of, I'll grab this to show you, different kind of layouts. You can see here, it's the same sort of layouts, the balls will come out here, and you kind of get them into one of these kind of 3 little areas down the bottom. And these numbers here change to actually represent what you're kind of getting. Now, with the Famicom version, I did show some gameplay. With this PC Engine version, I won't be able to show gameplay because I don't actually have a PC Engine system. But if you want to see gameplay, check out the Famicom version I did yesterday. I'll leave a link down in the description because I have done some gameplay and this controller would work essentially the same. The only difference would be the PC Engine games would be a slightly better graphical quality in comparison to the Famicom version. So if you want to go check out gameplay, go check out the Famicom version because this controller works absolutely identical to the Famicom version. So this controller, just like the Famicom version, they work pretty well. Very kind of smooth, kind of twist grip. The buttons all work pretty much like a standard gamepad. There's nothing too different about that. The only difference is, of course, this twist grip. And all the functions work pretty well. This is specially designed to be a Pachinko controller. And when you think of it, ideally, if the Japanese people love Pachinko, which most Japanese people do love Pachinko, it's a thing that they do, it's a gambling form that a lot of Japanese love to do. If they didn't want to go to an arcade to do it, and they just wanted to have some fun with Pachinko, they can put this in their PC Engine system, and then of course grab the controller, hook it up, and get a realistic kind of feeling Pachinko on the PC Engine system. That's the whole concept of it. Just to get a kind of feel for Pachinko on a system instead of having to go to an arcade to get it. The only difference, of course, if you go to arcade, you get sort of more like gambling because you are getting a payout of the steel balls, which you can exchange for tokens or prizes. So that's the biggest difference. Of course, this is probably pretty popular. Pachinko is very popular in Japan. Around the world, most people might think Pachinko is pretty slow and boring, not much to it. But in Japan, it's very popular. I mean, Japanese people love Pachinko. They just love it. They play it all the time. It's a very popular thing in Japan. So this kind of system, the PC Engine and this Pachinko controller for it, probably would have sold pretty well in Japan. And now, because it's so popular in Japan and not really popular anywhere else, this controller is very easy to find. This kind of set is pretty easy to find, and most times you don't pay more than maybe $10 for it. Sometimes less, sometimes a bit more, depending if it comes to the game or not. But in general, you pay very cheaply to get these things off eBay, because just not many people are interested in Pachinko. It's a very kind of specialized Japanese thing, and yeah, there's just not many people interested in Pachinko controllers in general, or Pachinko games. So very Japanese, very unusual Japanese controller to go with it, but it does make the experience of playing a Pachinko game so much better. So anyway guys, I think that's about all I can say about this one. It's essentially exactly the same as the Famicom version. It's made by Coconut, except this is branded slightly different, and it's got a different color scheme. I'll show you again what it looks like. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Like I mentioned before, if you want to go check out some gameplay, go check out that Famicom version that I did yesterday. I'll put a link down in the description if you want to go check that one out. And of course, don't forget to subscribe, as I'll have heaps more gaming controller and accessory videos up very shortly. If you like this video, hit that like button, it really helps out a lot guys. And as always, feel free to leave a comment down below. And also share the video, as that helps spread my video around. Anyway guys, thanks for watching.